Hello. Alright, welcome to this playthrough of Dark Souls, going for every single achievement in this run. In order to do this, it requires about 2.5 full playthroughs of the game. In order to get all the achievements, you need to get both endings, get every different boss weapon. So like I said, 2.5 playthroughs. We're going to be facilitating this with the full achievement walkthrough on trueachievements.com. This is going to be the third full achievement run that I've done for this game, so I have done it before, but of course having a guide and some notes on hand is always good. We're probably just going to go for a magic build, only because it seems like the best way to do it. It's the easiest way to get through the game. Can't complain when it comes to easy mode, am I right? Nice and ugly. Let's do it. I'm going to be including all cutscenes in this playthrough, just because I haven't played this game in a while. I'd like to revisit them.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. The first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bullets peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Alright, so now that this is wrapping up, I'd like to add, all this is going to get put up on YouTube once I get the time to edit the footage in the way that I want to. I'm going to be keeping track of when I unlock achievements so that I can have timestamps in the YouTube description. However, this isn't necessarily the type of game, if you're new to this, where you can just kind of skip ahead and watch like the last couple minutes of gameplay to see how I unlocked an achievement. It doesn't really work that way. A lot of this stuff is going to be, you need to be picking up items throughout the game so that you can, much later on, have something prepared for when you're eventually going to unlock the achievement. If that makes sense. But I just figure there's no reason not to put them in there, so I'm going to be doing my best to keep track of that. I haven't played this game in a while, so it's going to be super rusty. Probably pretty embarrassing. But fuck it. So let's find out, is this going to display the screen? Awesome, it does. I don't know if they've fixed that for Xbox One games. I know for a while streaming on Xbox One didn't show achievements pop on Twitch. But I wonder if this is different because we're doing a backwards compatible game. I think it's important to note too that the route and guide and notes that I'm following might not be the most ideal path. I know that there are all achievement runs. I've seen Lobos do one, I'm sure. There are plenty of other people out there that have done it, and that play on more optimized routes than I do. But I'm just going to go with what I know, and I also kind of want to take my time through this and enjoy the game, so this isn't going to be a all achievement speed run, that's for sure.
Oh, I'll die. I wish you... Regrettably, there is an... Thou, when thou ringest the... Well now... Oh, and... Oh, and...
Look at how easy this is so far. 2 achievements.
I would hate to hurt.
Doing nothing. Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of practice to get my timing back. Not that I'm good anyway, but we'll get there. I chose Pyro as a starting class, just because you have pretty well-rounded stats. Makes it easy for us to go into magic later on, which is what I plan to do. Just kind of makes the boss fights and encounters as easy as possible. Even though I'm not going to be playing this game as fast as possible, I do want to kind of take my time and enjoy it. But I plan on doing this with the entire series. See if I'm going to die the first boss.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall meet. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
And this is where we will be unlocking achievement number 3 before reaching Lordran. Easy achievement. This is just for joining a covenant. There are lots of covenants throughout the Dark Souls world. Get an achievement for joining each of them.
If not... Hello, I realize, but I also hear. No, go. Oh my. Oh, I have to. So what would that? That is it. Speak to me.
That was the wrong answer.
Oh, what is it?
Sure have. Oh, you don't actually even need to join Covenants to get the achievement. Just once you get to the screen to choose, it'll pop. But there's really no reason not to right now.
Now let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your...
Might as well learn Shrug.
Come again. The effective...
Alright, so those are pretty much all the easy ones we can knock out early on in the game. It's not going to be a little while till we get our next one. That's fine. At least for now we can level up a bit. I'm just going to kind of throw points willy-nilly. I will more likely than not be soul duping. I don't really see any reason why not to. Again, if we're just trying to make it so that we can get through this game. Shit. With relative ease. Then yeah, we're probably going to be soul duping. Those of you that don't know what it is, there is a glitch in the game that has never been patched. In order to allow you to consume, I guess you can really do any item in the game. There are certain ways that you can do non-boss souls, but you can essentially use them an infinite number of times. Get as many souls as you want, and therefore level up. If you reach a point in the game where it's almost unnecessary to continue leveling your stats, it's just how the leveling in this game works. So we won't be doing anything crazy, we're not going to have 99 stats. We're going to be working to get a lot of stuff up to 40, some up to 50. That's just going to make things a lot easier. We're going to have both the ability to wield bat weapons and shoot magic at people, which essentially is like having a gun in this game. I'm also going to make sure I do my best to talk when I feel it's necessary. This isn't something I do very often, clearly, so I am sort of learning how to commentate with this shit. Feedback is always welcome, but don't expect me to be speaking the entire time. Best to not get too cocky. So like I said, I haven't played these in a while. I'm a fine Dark Souls player, but it has been a long time. There are times when I feel like I need to rush through something when I know that I shouldn't. So you're just going to see a lot of laughable deaths, I'm sure. Mistakes. The reason I chose to do this game now, I've had this in my sights for a while, is that True Achievements, where I'm going to be utilizing the walkthrough from, there's a community playlist every month where you get to vote on a game, and during that month, the people that run the website will stream the game and encourage members of the site to play alongside with them, and I don't know what that was there, I don't know why I was doing that. And for this month, Dark Souls won pretty handily, so I figure, why not do this now? Seems like the perfect time. I don't really think we need anything down here. Battle axe. Sure. Still got that good roll. There's a merchant here. I'm gonna have links to the True Achievements walkthrough in the YouTube videos once they get uploaded there. That way, if you want to do what I'm doing, you can follow along pretty easily. Oops. Thought he was closer. So many battle axes. This is true of most runs, just in general of this game, but definitely in going for all the achievements. At the beginning I didn't really point it out, but I chose the Master Key as my starting gift. I mean, really, anything else you can get as a starting gift is just an item you're going to find later on in the game. I honestly don't remember if you can pick up a Master Key later on in the game, maybe. But the Master Key is going to get you into a lot of places you couldn't normally get into until much later, which is going to be... pay attention. Which is going to be quite beneficial when I'm going for achievements, finding items, coming across certain characters who may or may not be locked in houses. They need me to free them with the use of the Master Key, things like that. And those are indeed necessary for getting all the achievements. Alternatively, you can pick the Thief as your starting class, who will already have the Master Key in their inventory, and then pick something else. But again, anything else to my knowledge that you can pick up as a starting gift, you're just going to find as a regular item throughout the game. So really, it doesn't matter all that much. We got a humanity there. Down here is the first Black Knight of the game. I don't really need to fight him right now, I'm probably just gonna fuck it up. I think he is guarding the blue Tearstone Ring, which isn't an item that we need, unlike future Souls games. Fuck that up. There's a way you can jump through the barrel and whatever. Unlike future Dark Souls games, there is not an achievement for acquiring all of the rings. And I don't think the blue Tearstone Ring is something I ever find myself using. We're coming up here on the second boss of the game. Probably before that, in these barrels, is a crystal lizard, which are enemies you find throughout the game. When you kill them, they drop upgrade equipment for your weapons. Pretty important. Before killing the boss, I always recommend climb this tower and kill the archers. we're gonna start the fight off getting the easy drop attack out of the way. I don't know if I'm gonna spam this. You can actually get your drop attack, lead him down to the other end of the bridge, rinse and repeat. And also get him to backwards jump off this edge here, and I believe up here too. That requires some precise timing. Super close. His foot almost knocked me off the cliff. One thing that's good to note about the method of just sort of abusing his drop attacks here is that if you wait too long up on this tower, you'll actually jump up here and try to finish it. So 3 of these got his health down pretty well. So we can finish. So.
Ah, hello.
Speak to Solar.
I am Soler. Now that you find that strange.
A better shot.
Well,
see how beautiful he is.
No need to hide your reaction. Oh, aha. I have a... The way I see it, up in a land... So... Displeased...
I'll do anything you ask me.
We are amidst the flow of time. It's the very fabric wavers. And there's no telling how much longer your world... But use this to summon one and engage in... Of course, but if you... Oh, if only...
Alright, so one other thing with this game is that you will meet NPCs such as Soler and others throughout the game. Did I need to buy the residence key to get in here now? I don't remember. Anyway, you will meet NPCs such as Soler throughout the game. These guys will have side quests you will need to follow if you want to get all the achievements. I believe Soler gives you a miracle. There are achievements for getting all the different types of spells. Yep. Another character you meet later on gives you a Titanite slab, which is the highest upgrade material that you need in order to upgrade something fully, which is required for one of those achievements as well. So there are several NPCs whose stories you need to follow through with. And of course I'll be pointing them out and talking about them as they go along. Meeting Soler, that's the first part that you want to do that. Pretty much everything I'm going to be doing in this has a reason. I mean, I might take my time doing certain things, what have you. But for the most part, the choices that I make are with purpose. right now we're just running back. Like I pointed out briefly, coming down this way there is that merchant just hanging out. I believe I want the residence key from him now. And if not, just less backtracking we're gonna have to do later.
Well, you seem to have your... Then you are trying...
I don't really think we care about either of these now. There's no items that we want from him.
Thank
Just
you,
the residence key. That's going to unlock an NPC out of a house. I kind of mentioned before that there's somebody trapped in a house. And that residence key will free him because we need him later on. I don't really care about healing right now. Take the shortcut. Facts that in this game are always so satisfying. Let's try not to fuck this up too bad. For some reason, I almost always get poisoned in this section. I absolutely hate fighting these rats. Alright. We were successful, but it was still pretty ugly. The other end of that bridge where that dragon was, we got lit on fire. This is where that comes to. You can coax the dragon down to run past him so that you can actually open up this shortcut earlier. We might go back and do it at some point, but right now I'm not terribly concerned with that. It's such a great game to continue to replay. I spent days playing for hours each, trying to get past like, parts like this, and it's just so funny to come back and revisit them. And again, I'm not trying to flaunt my crazy Dark Souls skill, but I might fucking die anyway. Compared to back then, when I first played this game, it's amazing how much easier I can get through these areas. One more guy coming up the stairs, and then we can take care of the boar. Sick. I don't think I'm ever gonna put it on, but we got it. Forgot about that ambush. These damn owls will fuck your day up if you're not careful. Oh shit, I don't realize this equipped, you idiot. Alright. Let's be a little more careful. Like I said, I'm gonna try my best not to get too cocky. I have no real reason to be cocky in the first place, but I mean, in fairness, I have played through this game, like in terms of full playthroughs, probably, I don't know, well over 20 times at this point. But that has absolutely no bearing on my actual skill. I'm still very bad at this game, and all Dark Souls games. Who makes mistakes like that? I know I said this before, but I just want to point out again, there will be full streams and eventually YouTube videos for Dark Souls 2 and 3. The reason why I'm doing this in the first place is that I love this game series so much, but I'm also an achievement hunter. I made this profile, this Xbox profile, solely for completing games 100% with their achievement lists, and Dark Souls is a series that I absolutely love doing that for. On my previous profile before I made this one, I had Dark Souls 1 completed on the 360, the PC. I had Dark Souls 2 for the 360 and the 1 completed, and Dark Souls 3. So every possible version of the game that had achievements for Xbox, I had 100%ed. I just got fucking parried and posted by a goddamn Baldur Knight. Sick. So I had them all complete. It was a blast to do. You know, it felt like a really cool accomplishment. I had a lot of fun doing it, and it's something that I want to redo at this point. I probably won't be uploading multiple versions of like Dark Souls 2 or even 1. Like, I don't think you're going to see a video of me doing this for the PC and then for the 360 version of Dark Souls 2, just because A, I don't really have a good way to stream from 360, and B, I don't know if I necessarily see the point in doing an entire video series of me just doing the PC version of Dark Souls 1, because it's essentially going to be the same thing. I might stream it, but I doubt it's going to go up on YouTube if that's the case. I think it'll actually be fun to stream the Xbox One, or excuse me, the PC version of this game once I finish this version of it, just to see if I can do it for some crazy speedrun time. But it would be nice to see the difference, especially if I do them in somewhat quick succession of each other. That way, the route and everything will be fresh in my mind, and have the controls fresh in my mind as well. So we'll see. That could be fun. And if people actually wind up watching this, and that's something that they want to see, hopefully they will let me know. Hey, what's up? Come here. A little too early for me to get this cocky. Fucking up this easily. But again, I gotta shake the rust off. That's one way to do it. Let's kick him off the edge. suppose I could really be going around with a shield too, just to make the chance of my stupidity causing death a little bit lower. Just got an Estus. I'm trying to remember what that's for. I just got 2 Estus. You get awarded Estus for other players doing something. Just racking them up. I don't know what's happening. I thought you got Estus if people rate your messages, but I haven't read any messages. Oh well. Free Estus is free Estus. I'm gonna kind of skip by these guys. Titanite shard. Good item to get. Alright. Okay. Roll away. Like I said, if you're not careful with hollows, they will completely fuck you up. Can't even count the amount of times I've died to that room full of hollows with the channeler in the church. Absolutely insane. They're just taking dumb hits. Obviously need to be more careful. Part of it too is that I don't really take the time to pay attention to the move sets. I just kind of see a guy swing and hope that I hit first. I'll try to get the backstab here. Alright, fuck that up. Also just throw fire at him. Nice. Man, I rolled. Getting into sketchy territory here. I don't want to alert somebody else. There we go. Some fucking MLG drop attack right there. See that? See through the map. Okay, so the Balder Knight on the right, and then just a dude on the left. No, it's the other way around. Good damage. Cool. See, just a little bit of caution can go a long way in this game. So this brings me to the front of the church. There's gonna be that one guy. We definitely want to open up this shortcut, because if I manage to fuck this up before linking to bonfire. Wow. To the Firelink bonfire, I'm gonna be pretty upset. Probably just gonna stop playing. I don't think I've ever used a halberd. Oh, that's not true. I've done Black Knight halberd runs of this game before. Never used like that classic halberd. Now the crystal halberd's supposed to be pretty good too. Save my fireballs for the big boy. Go outside. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be making so many mistakes throughout this. So I do apologize. This is probably just awful to watch. Not a particularly good trade. Go back this way so we don't get hit by the archer. Take this guy back. Down in the open. And that arrow almost hit me. Precision on these guys is crazy. See if I can drop attack his ass. No. I can do the drop attack, I just can't hit him when I kill him. Another thing we can do is get the Drake Sword from the dragon this early, which might not be a bad idea. It's if you're following the True Achievements walkthrough, that is what they recommend you do. It's a great weapon to have early in the game. I mean, I'm doing fine with this battle axe. My playing isn't fine. The weapon is fine. Seems like my windup is correct. They still fucking get you. Avoided getting poisoned for... is that the third or the fourth time? Like at this point I'm just contemplating making a mad dash for the elevator so we can at least link Firelink Shrine and make this run a little faster. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think I believe in myself enough. What we're also gonna do is come up this way so now we can easily take out. Deal with this one Alder Knight. Actually, I can also just say fuck it. I need to hit 2 bonfires here. I think is what we're gonna do. This is an area we don't really need to worry about for a little while. There is a bonfire close by, so I'm gonna grab it. We're fine, I'm not going to waste an Estus. Not that it matters, we're going to replenish them anyway. Below me, that clanging is Andre, the blacksmith. It becomes very important. Alright, so we've reset the enemies. I'm just going to have to deal with these three guys here. We're going to take out the big guy now. There's a large guy inside the church. So we'll take him out and then we'll make our way to Firelight, because if we die, I don't mind just coming back up those stairs from that bonfire. Not a big deal. And I can also just throw fireballs at him. Sounds pretty great. Upgrade material from him. Convenient, because we are right near the first blacksmith. Alright, now this lovely elevator here is the link/shortcut Firelink Shrine. As you recall, we got an achievement when we reached that area. It's the central hub area of the game. However, we're going to hop off the elevator before it reaches the bottom. We're going to pick up some items. Right here is this sketchy little roll you can do to get onto this pillar, which will allow us to grab a few items. Right here is the bird's nest. See the crow down there, that's the one that took us from whatever that fucking prison place was and brought us here. Eventually we're going to be pretending that we are an egg, returning back to that area to fight a boss and to pick up an item that is very crucial for later in the game. Get all this, and I want to go down there, right? If there's anything too important over here, that's free stuff. So why not? Start doing low-level invasions with those cracked red-eye orbs and get my ass absolutely handed to me. Down here, this is where the reassembling skeletons are, and that'll take you to some lovely ghosts that this early in the game you can't kill. I'm sure a lot of people might have this memory their first time playing Dark Souls. They run into that graveyard to just get their butts kicked. They might just run past them, get to those ghosts, and things get even worse. That was me as well. When I first got this game, I got it on release, and I sold it pretty quickly, so I just hated it. The game told you nothing. Which is silly now, when I think back to that. Wish I had given the game more of a chance, because I seriously didn't even get into Dark Souls until, oh god, 2014. Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. 2014 was when I picked the game up again and decided I'm going to try to get all the achievements. Excuse me for just a moment. I'm going to be bringing something up real quick. I'm going to be keeping a checklist on hand for myself. There's all the important miracles, pyromancy, sorceries, boss weapons, and other weapons that are important to be picking up. And I'm going to be keeping a checklist on my computer of each of those items when I pick them up. Alright, sorry about that. You're all set. So let's see, what do we want to do now? What we can do is go get the Drake's Tail. Get the Drake Sword. Which isn't a bad idea, but like I said, I'm not unhappy with my weapon, so you know what we're just gonna do? I think we just want to go fight the next boss. Just the Belfry Gargoyles. And that will get us an achievement as well. And I'm going the wrong way. Getting some fire bombs is fine, but this is not where I want to be right now. Going back to the elevator, go back up into the church, because at the top of the church is where the next boss is. Now this boss fight along with another boss fight each get us an achievement for ringing the bells. These bells eventually open up a gate to take us further into the game. So that big guy does not respawn, as you can see. Only have to fight him once. We do have to fight this guy. It's going to be interesting to see how much I fuck it up. Look at that. Just great. Now here's the part that I mentioned earlier where I die pretty frequently. A lot of hollows, as well as this Chancellor here who's going to... Channeler, not Chancellor. Channeler, who is buffing their stats this whole time. You can also snipe you pretty easily through the window. You see that? Look at that. That was more than 3/4 of my health. Completely taken out by 2 hits from those 2 hollows. Like I said, these guys will fucking ruin your day if you are not careful. And look at that, just 1 hit right there. I didn't move myself out of the way fast enough. And that's what happens as a result. Just try this and see if I can take a bunch of them out. That worked. Clear them up a little bit. Alright. Just me thinking I have more range than I do. Another thing you need to be careful about with this game is making sure you understand the distance between your opponent and your weapon is huge. Because wasting stamina on a swing that's not actually going to connect. Of course. Let's do that and run. I really have no desire to fight those guys. Yeah, it's very easy to die in this game from something like running out of stamina. That's why I'm probably going to sink more of my leveling up into endurance over vitality. Because it's generally more effective than just actual health. Alright, I might have screwed myself over here. I might actually just have to take these guys out. Which is fine. Like that right there, that was pretty bad. Gonna try to snag a backstab there, but it seemed a bit too risky. Alright, now we can go snag an NPC, I think, if I remember correctly. Up around here.
Then I am in love, as... Thank you. I truly appreciate... Yes, I've just...
Alright, so that's Lordan, I believe is his name. I could be misremembering. He is an NPC that isn't, as far as I recall, tied to an achievement as directly as someone like Siegmeyer or is it Siegward in this game? I can't remember if I'm mixing it up with the Dark Souls 3 name or not. Whatever. Or Solaire. This guy, what he'll do is now that I've freed him, he'll return to Firelink Shrine, he'll hang out there, and he'll stare at the Firekeeper beneath the bonfire. If he stays there for too long, he will kill her once you reach a certain point in the story. Which is not something that we want. It's not the worst thing. You can actually bring her back, but if she's not there, you can't level up, you can't rest at the bonfire, you can't do anything at that bonfire. The bonfire dies, at least until you meet the necessary requirements to restore it. So, at some point we're just going to kill him. It gives us some humanity. Now right now I'm backtracking. This was my own fault. I didn't even think about doing this, so I do apologize for this minor waste of time. I'm going back to the bonfire Firelink so that I can become human. I'm doing that so that I can get Solaire for the fight, or even just pick up a real person if they're there. You know, I have no issue doing this fight on my own. It's not a difficult fight, but there's really no reason not to pick up a summon if possible. So reverse hollowing. Just realized I had my mic muted. I don't know how much I spoke and you missed, but anyway, we're human now. We're gonna summon. We don't have beef jerky skin anymore. We look like a person. Although to be fair, a little goofy. Take this hood off. Don't really need to get into this armor. You can see our dope haircut and hair color. The only issue with this now, we gotta deal with the Hall of Hollows here. This bastard. So I realize I probably could have leveled up once or twice when I was there too, but whatever. I'm not going back. That is fine. The Channeler is one of the enemies that does not respond, similar to... Come on, I was just trying to trigger you to come out. It wasn't... That's not fair. Oh, but yeah, the Channeler, just like that, crazy Mecha Boar is one of the enemies that will not respond. At least not here. We do find Channelers later on in the game that do respawn like a normal enemy would, which we're gonna have to grind kills on at some point in order to get one of their weapon drops to go towards the collecting all the rare weapon achievement. Shit. So fucking many of them. Absolutely hate this area. Any more? Good, 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 good. Alright. Alright, let's get Solaire here. Now, pretty important, in this boss fight, we need to hack off the tail of the first gargoyle that spawns. By doing such... There we go. Didn't realize I had my menu open. By doing such, we, what's the word I'm thinking of? We receive an item, a weapon. We can eventually get this later on. There are more gargoyles, but it's just easiest to get this out of the way now. It's not a bad weapon either. So we're going to make sure we get it this first time here. What we're also going to do is use gold pine resin on our axe to do more damage. Move forward, and start the cutscene. Focus on the tail, as I said. Again, if we alright, we can do it in one hit, that's great. It's all thanks to that gold pine resin. A little bit more damage. Easier for the tail. I mean, ideally what you want to do is try to get that first gargoyle finished by the time the second one spawns. Fighting two can be a little bit of a pain. Having Solaire as a summon makes the fight pretty easy. It's really nice as I get close. But still, I mean, that was fast. That was just a couple minutes. Thanks, buddy. Now we can proceed up this incredibly long ladder in order to get our next achievement for ringing the bell. Sorry about that. Been a little distracted. Here we go. Oh, we get another nice shortcut scene here as well. This game still looks very good for being almost what, 6 years old now? This came out in 2011? October 2011. It's great. Honestly, I think it's a more attractive game than a lot of what's coming out these days. We can just homeward bone out of here. What that will do is bring us right back to the last bonfire we rested at.
Greeting.
Got our buddy Oswald
I am
here,
Oswald of
spawns.
Kareem, thou art of cometh.
This guy's mostly required, or not required, but very useful for PvP. We can also pick up Purging Stones if need be, but I think we can get those later when they're useful. I think we can also buy Karmic Justice elsewhere. So he's really not all that useful to us. Let's hope we can get that sick-ass gesture. So what we're going to do is we are going to homeward bone from here just to get back to Firelink. I don't really have any reason to be in this neck of the woods anymore. And here I can actually show you the duping glitch I mentioned before. It's not just for soul items. So I'm going to explain it to the best of my ability. I just would like to add that this isn't going to be the best explanation you're going to hear. I'm sure that there are people around there that are going to be able to go in depth as to how it works way better than I am. So essentially what you want to do is when you have the item that you want to use without actually using it from your inventory, you have it queued up at the bottom of the screen there. You have my homeward bones. I have 7 of them, right? So what I want to do is I need to have my weapon two-handed. I face a wall when I'm doing this only because that's how I was sort of taught how to do it. It's not necessary, you can do it just anywhere, but you know, you're not rolling all over the place if you're facing a wall. You stay still and it's easier just to complete, you know, do this super fast, repeat yourself over and over. So you have the item ready. What you do is you roll. I'm just gonna do the steps, like lay it out slowly. So you roll. During your roll, you hit the X button to use the item. During this, however, once you hit that X button, you pause the game. You go into here, and then you use your Estus Flask. Again, this is a piss-poor description on how it's actually done. There's clearly some nuance that is going to go over my head in trying to explain this. So I'm just going to kind of do it fast. You're going to see what happens. Not that time. I wasn't holding forward. So I rolled, I pressed the X button. Immediately after hitting the X button to use the homeward bone, I paused the game. I pressed A to get into the menu, and then I pressed A again once in the menu with the Estus Flask highlighted. Now that it's on Use Item, I will hit Use Item. Now see, I fucked it up. There we go. A little bit of practice that I needed to do. It's been a little while, like I said. So what happened now is I used the Estus Flask, but because I initially had the homeward bone queued up, it's asking me if I want to use the last bonfire rested at. When I hit yes, I'm going to use the homeward bone, but I guess it thinks that I'm using an Estus. So what actually happens is when we go into the menu, we're going to see that I'm not down to 6 homeward bones, I'm still at 7. For some reason I thought I was going to have less Estus. I don't know, see, it doesn't really fucking matter. I have no idea how it works. That's how you do it. Other people out there explain it way better than I do, so it's really pointless for me to ramble on about it. But that's just a basic way of how it works. Alright, so what do we want to level up? We can do more endurance, some more vitality. I don't care about doing attunement. Points in the faith. Well, I guess we're going to be more focused on intelligence, so we're just going to level up intelligence. You know, of course, when you're doing this play to your style, play to your strengths, what you want to do. If you want to just bash around a heavy weapon, that's awesome. It's a lot of fun. I don't blame you. Alright, So now that we've done that, we need to figure out where we're going to go next. Alright, so here we're actually going to make the choice to kill Lordan now. So you can see him, he's over here fucking creeping on the poor firekeeper down there. So we're going to kill him. We're going to do it the easy way. We're going to try to push him off.
Well, what have we
that was
here?
the wrong button. Oh, we just turned right around and go backstab.
This is our fate.
This might be problematic for us now. He's not happy. He's gonna fuck our day up. Sick dodge, bro. What I wanted to do there is I wanted to knock him out. Which by doing so, he dies, of course. And then you can actually pause, quit out of the game. When you reload in, and the items that you would drop when he dies show up there. There's a little parrying dagger out. I want to try to finish the backstabs, but I'm clearly just going to fuck this up. Yeah. Alright, so that sucks that I fucked that up. We're just gonna keep at it and kill him. See, as soon as we get down here, he's hostile towards us now. It's not like he resets. That was cool. That sucks. Shit. Oh, look at that, he went for the parry. Sometimes you can play to that little height advantage. You can slash them in the legs. They can't quite hit you because you're too short. See again? Okay. Awesome. Alright, that took a little while. but now the Firekeeper's safe from him, and we can pick up his items. Toggle. Let's wait. Toggle. Okay, we get 5 humanity. Oh, and the fat ring. Awesome. It's a good ring. It breaks when you take it off. So now that he is dead, we get to really figure out where we're going next. Just give me a moment here. I'm going to bring up the walkthrough, plan out my route here. Alright. Oh, we're gonna go fight the Capra Demon. Cool. Should be interesting. It's been a very long time. That fight screwed me up for a long time too, and was truly one of the more difficult ones that I had to deal with, and almost got me to stop playing the game. That second time I got into it, like I was talking about back in 2014, that was, again, like I said, when I wanted to 1,000 the game, get all the achievements, and Capra Demon almost prevented me from doing that. Alright, so how are we getting back there exactly? Could at this point also fight Black Knights. There are now 2 of them that we can go for. Awesome, we got the backstab. So we could do that. However, I don't feel terribly confident in my skills. So we might wait. We're not really in any rush to. We don't necessarily need the items that they would drop. There's a possibility to get some really sick weapons out of them. But I think we're just going to be going mostly as a spellcaster. I don't think it's terribly important that we deal with them right now. Did I not pick up the weapon, or the item last time I was here? I guess not. I got too distracted by not getting the backstab on this guy. Let's reconcile that. Shit. Yeah, nice shield. Oh, sick, we got them both. Cool. Shitty trades in and move on. Nice. Now that I think about it, this definitely is not the most ideal way to be doing what I'm doing in terms of my route here. gonna sit here and think for a moment. Alright, so give me one moment. We're gonna plan out our attack a little bit better. Do I have the basement key? That's what I need. Basement key. Yes, okay. Great. So... we need to go... back up here. Probably get lit on fire doing this, but that's okay. That's the corner that thought it was. Alright. So let's just run. Probably get hit. That's okay. The name of the game was not dying. We won. Alright, so we're gonna open up this shortcut too. The other guy's not coming. So there's 3 dogs here. Dogs suck in this game. Absolutely fucking... look at that speed. It's unbelievable. And they poison you. Never thought I'd say that I hated a dog. But here we are. Thanks to Dark Souls. That was weird, but I'll take it. Really just trying to get off the edge there so that I could avoid his attack. And there's number 3.
Somebody help! Damn, I'm finished. How did...
Alright, now like I said before, there is indeed somebody trapped in a house. And here he is, we found him. We get the sorcerer set, which is pretty cool.
Brilliant.
And this is kind of the base sorcerer in the game.
Thank you. I'm saved. I am...
Gonna sell us some of the sorceries that we need. He hangs out at Firelink Shrine.
Oh, hello.
Comes our friend.
I have my... Besides, I have...
I don't remember what's down this way. I know that there are fire hollows, which, believe it or not, are worse than normal hollows. So we're gonna deal with them and see what we pick up. It might be a complete waste of our time. Feel free to not use this video as your walkthrough for this game. Tried to roll there. Missed the timing. I'm gonna do my best not to get too salty. I know that about 90% of the hits and deaths I'm gonna take in this game will be my fault. Alright, 20 humanities. Good item. Not something I really care about that much, though. But whatever. At least we can say we did it. Isn't that nice? So we're gonna get ambushed by some guys here. Alright, that was a time when I played the game. Or I guess the controller, I hit the right bumper, it didn't seem to register. Maybe I didn't hit it hard enough, but I felt and heard the click, so backed myself into a corner. That's where you want to be. Some nice frame rate drops right now. Okay, that was kind of a shit show. One of these has an item. There we go. Mail breaker. It's a cool little sword. Alright, so now we got some more of those dudes. We also got some dogs here. It's always great. Trigger the dogs first. But if they don't want to come out, that's fine. Oh god, we're down to one Estus. That's horrible. Excuse me. That is horrible. We can also wait to fight Capra when we're stronger. It's not required that we do anything in the depths just yet. In souls. Not that it's a huge deal, because we will be duping later. But just trying to think how I want to approach this. This dude's just such a pain in the fucking ass. There's no way I'm gonna do this perfectly, that's for damn sure. Alright, let's kill this motherfucker. And let's actually just leave. Alright. Kind of took the cheap way out. That's okay. Also use the few soul items we've acquired here. So kind of as I just said, we don't need to fight the Capra Demon now, so when you kill him, you get the key to the depths, which is an area we will need to go to at some point. There is not an area in this game that we do not need to go to. Just the depths isn't terribly important. It's a pain in the ass to fight this next boss. Feel free to tell me how much of a weenie I am, but guess what we could do is fight the Moonlight Butterfly instead, which I think I like doing right now more than Capra Demon. We can come back to Capra Demon afterwards if we want. Yeah, let's do that. So what's the fastest way to get to Firelink so that we can take that shortcut into the elevator? Probably this way. Go. Great. Oh, and this will be nice too, coming from Firelink, because we will have 10 Estus as opposed to 5. Like I said, there's the Sorcerer Griggs that we freed from that house. We don't need him just yet. That other guy there is the Crestfallen Warrior. Says some shit. Don't really care about it right now. So I don't think he's... We don't even need to talk to him at all this game. I think he'll just kind of give you little hints and advice about where you need to go. To be honest, even's not terribly necessary. Point. We need its soul. We need to fight it, I think, twice, because it has 2 different items we can make from its soul. Could be making that up. However, if we do fight it now, we get its soul, and we can dupe that, get some early levels. Rest here. Checkpoint.
Well, you if you're...
I'm actually gonna throw a couple points into the axe. Just because.
Don't get yourself killed.
I'm not gonna fight this guy now. Again, I don't really care. There's no real need to. I'm not gonna be using Demon Titanite at all this game. The only reason to deal with him at this point would just be for his souls. But like I said, we're duping souls. There's something up here. I'll look out for this ambush here, because that's a guy. And there's one coming up behind me right now. Oh, I thought that was going to get his little knee. That little plant knee. These guys usually drop tons of items. Kind of disappointing that I didn't get anything. Now we're gonna hit the next bonfire, super close, behind this stone wall. You can either attack it or just roll through these hidden walls to get to what's behind them. You'll see plenty of them later on. These guys still spawn if I just go past them. So I don't actually really care about the item. Don't. Okay. Just realize I'm not human. But I do want to be human for this fight. Again, this isn't necessarily a tricky fight. It's just that when you're human, the summon for this makes the fight completely trivial. It makes it faster too, because she's just slinging spells at the butterfly while it's in the air, and you're just kind of hanging out waiting for it to land. It can be kind of a pain in the butt just sit there and wait. Kinda hoping I see an actual human summon. That'd be cool. Even more cool if there was someone from True Achievements. We will need to eventually grind some kills on these big guys. We do need their sword and shield for the rare weapon checklist. Oh shit, really? Got us, dude. I'm just gonna die here, aren't we? Yep, that's awesome. Didn't even realize what was happening. Forgot he does that. We gotta be human again. We could just try to run through those guys. Unfortunately though, try to get that summon, I think she's just gonna try to fight them as opposed to running up to the boss with us. So, take out the two closest to the door, because I think it's gonna be pretty difficult. I know we have to take out the one in front of the door, it's gonna be a pain in the ass not to. And then, in turn, trying to fight that guy will eventually make the other one pop up. And this will also give us a chance at them dropping the weapon we need, or the shield. Grab our souls. Get a couple hits. We don't. Oh. Forget. Okay. Let's say we don't. Oh, come on. Ooh, this is so bad. Waste all our humanities on this one fucking boss fight. Let's just try running. Might as well. Make sure we go around that one we've been trying to fight, so we'll only spawn one of them into play. I think this one also blocks the door out. I don't even think we can get past this one yet. No, we can, okay. Just making things up. upstairs too. I was hoping she doesn't get her ass handed to her. You know, kind of like how she is right now. There you go. Alright. Thanks, my friend. Is he just stuck in here? I'll never kill this one with me then. Why not? Where the fuck is she? Kidding me right now, Beatrice? Okay, so she just doesn't come out of her spawn room. Get him! That sucks. Damn it, she's not gonna come back, is she, until I hit the bonfire? Alright. We'll try the fight myself. That's fine. Also just throw fireballs at the butterfly as well, so that's cool. Get a shield maybe too. What's that rolling? She's not gonna land. Like, this might just be a better fight to come back to once we have magic on our side. Not even doing that much damage. Yep. Fucking sit down. so I can go the other way, but just like that roll there. Boss soul that we can duplicate. Get some easy levels. And up here we're grabbing the Divine Ember. Yeah, and the Watchtower's Basement Key. And a Homeward Bone, look at that. We are gonna Homeward Bone. That's not what I meant to do. No Homeward Bone here. Alternatively, no, we're gonna level up right now. We're gonna head back to Firelink. We might actually grab a couple early sorceries, just so we have some more ranged options. 2 slots. Yeah, we can have Fireball and just like a shitty Soul Arrow or something for the time being. Yeah. Definitely miss having the ability to warp right at the start of the game. Enjoyed that change very much. May also be wrapping this up too. Really don't want these to be too long. I'm almost at 2 hours at this point. Yeah, we might finish this up in 10 or 15 minutes. Up here. Got a solid 2 hours under our belt. We made good progress. We got 5 achievements done. We're gonna have plenty of stuff to work on as soon as we get back. yeah, so I hope you enjoyed watching this. Going to be going through the entire game this way, every single achievement. These videos will eventually be posted up onto YouTube. That way anybody that misses the streams can go back through. Again, I want to shout out to trueachievements.com, using their walkthrough in addition to my own notes in order to get through this in a somewhat efficient manner. Make sure we get all the achievements out of the way. And do it in a good way. Not take too long. But again, this isn't going to be some kind of crazy speed run. Yeah. So thank you to True Achievements and the author of this fantastic guide, which I will give you his name in just a moment. Clowntastic. Thank you, Clowntastic, member on True Achievements. They're doing their community event for Dark Souls right now. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Appreciate your time. Take care.